Minecraft, and here is another splash screen that I don't know what it means. I'm sure you guys will tell me. This is going to be episode number 51 of Exploration and Tactics with Brian, and we're going to pick right back up where we left off last time. I was doing some spelunking and found a ravine and a mine shaft, and while I'm doing spelunking today, I'll talk about some of my adventures from the weekend going hiking, as well as talk a little bit about a couple of new, or relatively new, Minecraft maps. Vechs has a new map, and some people have been playing Hunger Games maps, so it's mostly a kind of talking and spelunking episode, but let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to Minecraft Exploration and Tactics with Brian. Last time we left off, I had just kind of been doing some caving and found this apparently ravine and mine shaft over here. That looks nice and dangerous. I was doing some spelunking to get some resources, as well as just to kind of practice kind of some speed caving, although I don't think we're going to be able to do it here. It's a little too dangerous. Yeah, and then I just have some more things I'm going to talk about today, and so we'll just kind of try to keep doing this, and hope that I can manage to go and pick up those pieces of iron without dying. Got at least one of them. There's the other one. Hello, piece of iron, I want to pick you up. Alright, great. I'm going to try to stay in the caves for now, if possible. I see there's iron there. Is this still more of... No, that is... okay. Trying to get my sense of direction in here since it's been a few days since I played. It is currently Sunday morning for Brian, and I had an enjoyable weekend where I went hiking on Saturday with a friend of mine, and it ended up being a beautiful weather day. So it was an awesome day to be outside. Alright, this looks nice. Come back here in a second. I know I already passed up some iron. But yeah, we had originally been talking about going to one of two different places to go hiking. One was kind of like further up in the mountains that might still have like some snow-covered areas, and the other one was kind of closer by and would be better weather. And we hadn't decided when we were kind of packing to get started which one we were going to go to. We were going to see how the weather was looking, and then by the time we got out there, the weather was looking great, so we went to the closer one. And yeah, it was fantastic. It was like sunny and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and had a really nice hike. There were tons of people out because it's been spring break for some high schools around here, and so saw a bunch of kind of like high school age kids out hiking, it seemed. And one moment please while I craft some torches. Hooray! When we were driving out, I live kind of near Seattle, and so you can go like just an hour's drive and kind of like start getting up into the mountains, into the Cascades in Washington. And let's see, need to make this safe for myself real quick before I do too much exploring over here. Maybe I will just plug that up. And alright, it doesn't look like this is going anywhere. And I have the Minecraft music on. Hooray! Do we see anything good? I do not right now. And I'll just leave the lava there. Unusually for Brian. Let's just try not to fall in it. And I don't think I'm going to need lapis for anything. Alright, let's try to rush through the cave some more. So yeah, we were driving out, it's about an hour's drive, and had a scary moment on the drive, because when you are kind of like driving out in the highways in this area, there's always places where you just end up being close to wildlife, and so there are portions of the highway where all of a sudden, for example, a deer may just, oh, apparently I have been here last time and was killing some bad guys because there's some experience balls and some torches. Awesome. I want to take a peek down here and just make sure I don't see any diamonds or anything. Oops, I will be right back. One moment, please. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yes. I was trying to tell my story where basically, sure enough, a deer kind of jumped fortunately, into the roadway, fortunately, like on the other side of the road from the direction that we were traveling, and so it was a two-lane road that we were on. And so basically, a deer kind of ran out into the other lane, and then all of a sudden, like, got startled by the fact that he had run out of the forest and into the highway, and turned around and turned back around. But if he had kept going, like, we definitely would have hit him. I was not going to be able to stop fast enough in order to prevent myself from hitting the deer, and that could have been, yeah, very dangerous for everyone involved. Something probably would have died. And so that's the first time I've lived out here in Washington for like 8 years or something, and so you're around, you don't have to go very far to like get out into nature with stuff like that. But that's the first time that that's happened to me with a deer. And so that was a scary moment on the drive out. And so fortunately, everything is okay in terms of that. And then, yeah, we got out to the place where we were going hiking. And yeah, there were tons of people out because, like I said, it was spring break and it was a beautiful day. And it was kind of like the first day with this good weather so far this year. Okay, here is back to this area. And so I guess I will go down to the bottom next. Yeah, there's more iron down there. I wouldn't mind trying to find some diamonds as well. And so, since I'm trying to practice not taking damage, I'll at least do that, rather than take half a heart that I can immediately reheal. Alright, and so we have some of that here. Alright, this seems to be an end of the ravine. It's possible that monsters could spawn somewhere up there, but for the moment I don't hear anybody. So yeah, there were tons of people out on the hiking trails because the weather was so good and because people were on vacation. But it was still a nice hike. Both me and my friend are out of shape because we haven't done a whole lot of exercising in the wintertime when the weather hasn't been good. And the weather's just started getting really good. And so we took our sweet time. And is there a, yes, source brick right there. And then I could probably do that. Great. And make that lava go away. Bye-bye, lava. Alright. And, ooh, there's some gold over here as well. I should probably actually, at some point in the future, either A, I may need to craft a bunch of powered rails for some reason, or B, who knows, in a future update to the game, they may provide more reasons for gold to be useful. And if either of those things happen, it would not hurt to have more gold in my kind of stash of supplies. Let's try going up here. So let's see. The hike was awesome. So we ended up hiking for a few hours, and you get up to the top, and there's a very scenic kind of vista, and there were probably, on this top of this rock or whatever, like, there's enough space that it could accommodate the, I don't know, probably 50 people who were all up on top of the rock at the same time in the afternoon, just kind of like sitting out, having, an apple or banana or some granola or whatever people brought up there to eat, and drinking some water and admiring the view. And yeah, so just tons of people out on the rock, kind of like looking out and admiring the view. And yeah, then on the way back home, oops, darn it. I was trying to fall onto here and not take damage. And I failed. Neat. Kind of like having the little bit of lava that's just flowing over there. That means that I don't have to worry about lighting down here. So I definitely need to worry about the possibility of... I just heard a skeleton, actually. Cave spiders and other bad things that might be up here. Yes, I definitely hear a creeper, it sounds like now. So perhaps I will try to find a way to get back up onto one of these shelves over here and try to take it one level at a time. So if I go this way, yeah, I think I can maybe get up here. Yeah, great. There's some more iron. Hello, any monsters over here? Apparently not. Not sure where the guys are that I just heard. I definitely hear footsteps over there. Oh, now I hear zombies too. Okay, there is another... Oh, and there's some more iron right here. How How fortuitous. I'd forgotten how easy it is to find iron in this game. I don't do much mining, typically. I typically just do kind of spelunking and exploring. And, oops, but I think I am going to have my supplies back up very quickly. Alright, there's another level up here. And I hear some spiders up here, which are probably cave spiders, but I think I'm going to start down here. Just because. Alright, I am still not good at, well, storytelling in general, but especially storytelling while I'm trying to do non-trivial Minecraft caving. Ooh, I forgot about the fact that we can find chests in abandoned mine shafts that may have good stuff. I don't know that I actually... Oops. Alright, I hear guys, but I don't think they're coming after me. I don't think I actually need the seeds for anything, but I will take the gold, and while I'm here, I will put away a piece of string that I don't need. And at this point, wow! That never happens. I'm actually carrying too much coal. Good job, Brian. Alright, we'll try to get back down to just one stack of coal in our inventory to free up another inventory slot. Oops. Alright, here is the kind of speed caving that I've been trying to do, just to kind of like light up at top speed. This is the kind of thing I wanted to practice. And this could be good in the mine shaft. So on the way back... Oops. I do not have... Darn it, I didn't bring an axe along with me. And I just saw a skeleton around the corner. Do I really not have an axe in my inventory? I do have an axe in my inventory. Hello. This changes everything. It's just a stone axe, but that is still better than nothing. And that will allow me to more easily cut through some of these completely ridiculous mine shaft posts from intersecting mine shafts. I guess I will take advantage of this first to go ahead and make it easy to kill you. And then we'll try to do this. This is a pretty funny piece of terrain generation. Oh! But it contains diamonds, and so I am willing to forgive the strangeness of its looks for the bounty that is bestowed upon me. So yes, as I've been trying to say like 5 times now, on the way back, driving back from the hiking trip, we stopped at Dairy Queen, and I got a, what do you call, cookie dough blizzard, which was delicious. It's always nice to have a treat after you've been spending some time out in the world getting some exercise. And I hadn't done that in a while, and it was super yum. And so yes, all in all, Saturday was a fun day for Brian, and Sunday, so far, I'm a little bit sore from hiking and, you know, using muscles that I haven't been accustomed to using lately. Oops, hello. That's weird. He was like facing the opposite direction. Yep, apparently they don't have to be facing you to shoot you. So that's kind of interesting. And he seems to be stuck. Well, let's put him out of his misery. I did not do at all a good job of like trying to avoid damage there. And now with all the spider noises I hear, actually with the... It might be the case that there's spiders right over here. Since there's all these webs right here. And so, I think I'm going to try to do a slightly smarter thing and try to carve my way over to where the spider spawner might be, as opposed to just kind of go through the hallway of all the spider webs. I just want to check and make sure. Alright, I don't see anything over here. And so my guesstimate is that the spider spawner is going to be through here and like down 1 block, like right over here, I think. Oops, I see spiders. And yes, I do see the spawner, except for it's further down the hallway than I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's get that. The spiders are a-climbing. And so I'm trying to take advantage of that. Oh, darn it. He got me. Alright, and so now I will be in some danger. I don't know. Yes, there is still another one there. And I definitely need to eat some food so that I will be capable of healing. Oops! Oop, doop, doop, doop. I'm in big danger now. Yikes. I was not expecting to be in this much trouble, but apparently I'm in this much trouble. Why don't I stand around the corner here? There are still a ton of spider noises. I may still be within range of the spawner. Oh, and I'm at level 22. This is like as close to death as I've been in quite a while. They don't seem to be finding me right now, and so I'm just going to wait. I will... Let's see, try to talk about more topics in the meantime. After I got home from the hike in the evening, I ended up coming home and taking a nap, and so that was lovely as well. And so it's nice to have a relaxing weekend. It's, as I've mentioned a couple times, been kind of like busy and stressful at work, and so that was a fun way to get out and relax on the weekend. And now I'm playing some Minecraft, which is another fun way to get out and relax, or stay in and relax. Whatever it is that I'm trying to say. Okay, the spiders are definitely multiplying, and so I think I'm going to need to leave this area and return at some future date. And so I think what I will do is I will rush down here and start lighting up some stuff over here. Oops. And get myself stuck in a thing. And oops, hello. You are not a cave spider, but I didn't see where you came from, so it was probably somewhere up here. I might need to get a little higher. And oops, whoa. There was a hole down there that I kind of didn't immediately see. I'm just going to do some lighting, and then we'll come back and do some more collecting of resources. Tons of rails down here. Should I ever need more rails? But I think with all the iron that I'm collecting, I'll be able to craft them if I need them. Don't expect I'm going to need rails for a while, though. Oh, there is another spider spawner, and this one I might be coming up on fast. Well, there's already a couple spiders who have spawned. And yeah, I know I'm using my good sword. People don't always like that, but what can I say other than tough noogies? That's what I am doing. Alright, and I don't think that there's any more down the hallway, and I think that that is well enough lit up. I don't usually do anything with the cave spider spawners. Do I have any redstone in my inventory? I don't, so I'm not going to collect any now, just because it'll take up another inventory slot. And I'm already at the point where I need to... First of all, I need to keep an eye out for the zombie, who it sounds like is about to find me. Perhaps. Perhaps not. It sounds like he's above me, actually. I think I am relatively safe over here, because I need to do some inventory management. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take some moment off camera and, like, I have one piece of sandstone that I need to get rid of, etc. So I will see you guys in a moment after I clean up my inventory. Alright, might still need work, but it's at least somewhat improved. And I hear definitely things above me, or I think they're above me, because they sound very close, and it doesn't sound like much of a direction. But there's also a ton of iron here, and so I will take it, since my iron supplies back at the base are so low. And I also am very happy to have the Minecraft music playing. Let's see, who do we got over here? Got some spider noises again. But I don't think that there's any way to get there from here. Oh wait, hold on. It does continue over here. Missed that the first time around. I usually like to have an axe in my inventory and then chop down kind of like corners like this, just to make it easier to see around the corners, so that enemies can't hide. But in this case, there was nothing here, so that was not particularly useful. Alright, I need to find a different direction to go. Let's see, other things I want to talk about. There is a new Vechs map out. Super Hostile number 11, I think. I forget the name. It has some weird name that I wouldn't be able to pronounce if I had the word right in front of me anyway. And it is somewhat appealing or interesting to me by virtue of the fact that it seems to be a somewhat open-worldish kind of map that has kind of... Oops, hello. A lot of kind of vanilla Minecraft terrain-like features to it, which sounds like it would be fun to explore. It's also a hardcore map, which basically means if you die, that's it. Game over. And so that is kind of an interesting challenge. And so I haven't decided yet if I want to play it. Another cool aspect of this particular... Okay, so there must be a spider spawner up here that I still haven't seen. Here's the zombie. Here's this big boss room thing that I was going through before as I was just kind of lighting things up at top speed. And since there's some gold here, I guess I'll go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to end up with a rail in my inventory that I really don't need. So yeah, on the one hand... Oh yeah, and so the other feature of this map that I think is super cool is something that I'd mentioned that I would like before, which is, rather than there just being one version of the map... Alright, presumably, somewhere over here there's a spider spawner. Oops, and there's a creeper over here. Alright, one thing at a time. Hello, creeps. Oh, you were trying to pathfind your way over to me. And you apparently have found a way that's going to walk around here and around here, I presume. And so I expect to see you coming around a corner at any moment. No, I think you've gone back into wander mode. So I think you had an idea in your head, and then you got too far away and you lost me. But I bet you're around here somewhere. Of course, now I don't see him. There are creepers afoot. There are cave spiders afoot. There are many threats to Brian's continued existence. And at the same time... Oh, I am at level 22. Have I managed to... I'm doing an awful job trying to talk and cave at the same time. I apologize. The thing that I like about this Vechs map is that there's multiple variations. And so rather than there just being one copy of the map, there's actually 4 copies of the map that kind of randomize where certain things are or what certain spawners are or different things, which I think is great because it means you could potentially watch a Let's Play of the map, and then there'd still be value for you to play it yourself because some things would be different, and so it wouldn't be the case that just because you'd seen somebody else do the map, you knew everything about it. And so I think that's a pretty kind of cool concept. At the same time, I am finally back in the business of... I have stuff that I'm trying to build and do in exploration and tactics, and so I don't want to kind of like take time away from doing more exploration and tactics stuff. And definitely if I were to play a new, you know, super hostile map or whatever, that would take a lot of time. And so, yeah, those are just kind of the things I'm struggling with in terms of trying to decide how I want to spend my time upcoming in Minecraft. But I'm at least thinking about having a look at that map. I guess I will do that and that. Oop, I hear an Enderman. But I don't see ya. Oops, I do see a zombie, though. Hello, zombie. I also see that I have just run out of torches. And I hear more spiders. How about I will get to somewhere that is slightly safer, a little bit more well-lit. I will get rid of Mr. Zombie that we have in tow over here. I will eat some more watermelon. I'm looking forward to getting to the bottom of my watermelon, because that will free up another inventory slot. There is someone walking towards me. This is pretty scary. Guess it might be right above me, too. Alright. In any case, we know we're always safe if when we're in our inventory we sing, "Torches, torches, torches! Brian needs some more torches! Hooray!" Whenever you sing the song, you'll always be safe. Alright, and now we shall continue. Let's try lighting up over here. Whee! Alright, nothing over here. Yes, once I get rid of these watermelon, hello, spider, it will free up another inventory spot, which will allow me to collect a few more resources before I have to go home. At the same time, I'm definitely placing a premium on trying to stay alive, because I have 22 levels, and I would really like to try to enchant a sword and possibly get some looting on it. Something I've been wishing for a while. Can I get over here? Yeah, I can just cut my way over here and do this. Gonna kind of run away from them and head down here. Mostly lighting things up. When it feels safe, I'm mining some resources. Hello. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. I did not see where you came from. You might have just been chasing behind me, or there might be more scary cave spiders in places that I haven't seen them yet. I do not like getting snuck up on. If I see it coming, that's okay. At least I can plan for it. If I don't see it coming and you sneak up on me, that means that I'm in danger of losing. Alright, whoa. Let's also not fall down there. Alright, let's do fall down there because there's some iron there that I want to pick up. Alright, at this point, yeah, I have more than 2 stacks of iron. And I've got 22 levels, which I think is possibly the level that I want to be at to do my enchanting. So I think I'm going to try to carve my way back up to the surface and go ahead and get out of here, and we can return to this area at some point in the future. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to try to carve my way back up. And so that will presumably be boring. I'll bring you guys back in if it gets interesting. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back at the surface or back at the base, and perhaps we'll go back to working on the mob system. Or perhaps I've been talking long enough that it'll be the end of an episode. I'm not sure yet. But in any case, I will see you guys when I'm back up top. Alright, so I made my way back up top thinking I was going to be by the base, and I realized I was in a desert, and that's when I remembered that I was spelunking under the village, which I had completely forgotten about. Or not quite under the village, but at least kind of somewhere nearby, and I see the village on the horizon over here. So I guess I'll spend the night in the village, I will dump out some inventory, and then head back to the base and we can work on the mob system. Alright, so I'm headed back to the base. That was pretty good. I've got more than 2 stacks of iron. I smelted up a tiny bit of it. I managed to get a couple diamonds, got a tiny bit of gold. All in all, not bad. I should also mention that I've seen a number of people playing kind of a Hunger Games map in Minecraft recently. It's kind of like ultra hardcore, but different. Or more, I guess, like the Hunger Games. So I haven't seen the movie, but I did read the books back, a year or two ago. Like, there's actually like a trilogy of books that the movie is based off of. And so I know, yeah, kind of all about the basic premise and things. And yeah, so far the Minecraft videos I've seen with the Hunger Games haven't been kind of like too compelling to watch, but it's a neat idea, and I think basically some combination of like the stuff with the Hunger Games and the stuff that goes on in Ultra Hardcore could make for a very interesting kind of player versus player survival to the last kind of game to be, watching, making for a compelling YouTube video. And so I hope that that continues to evolve as well. But for any Hunger Game fans out there, we'll see what happens as those maps continue to evolve. Oops, we have one more thing to do. It was perfect that we found the 2 diamonds. I am going to take a shot. It looks like level 20 is actually a kind of local minimum in order to try to get looting 1 on a diamond sword. And so I'm going to try to get a level 20 enchant. Assuming that I have enough bookshelves around here. I saw a 17 and a 16. I might not have enough bookshelves set up to get a level 20 right now. Alright, I'll bring you guys back in when I have level 20. Alright, we have level 20. Let's hope for something good. Sharpness 2, knockback 2. Alright, well that's not bad. It's not what I wanted, but I don't think I've ever had a knockback sword in Exploration and Tactics before, so that could be useful. I will put it away. I'll put it next to this crummy sword that we got that only had sharpness 2. And also, now that I have 2 levels, are there any other things I need to give a level 1 enchantment to? I'll need to think about that as well. In any case, that's a nice way to end this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you're having a good day.